Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. Those things we did not get to during the course of the regular show. Plus, we'll do a little birthdays and weekend plans because it is Friday. Yes.
Praise God.
Oh, you sound like Ben Fuller. Praise God.
I don't hear that phrase any differently after we had him in for the first time.
Yep.
Because that man is a reverend.
Oh, absolutely. And then, like, whenever you talk to Ben Fuller, we ran into him on the red carpet and stuff like that. It's like, that's like his go-to. It's his default. We all have defaults, and that's his default. Praise God. You know, and it's just fun to say. Like, it gets stuck in your head.
I'm curious what his tagline was
Before
he kind of, like, really devoted his life to the music and the faith. Because he had a background that wasn't like that. So I'm curious what he was saying before all that.
Raise hogs. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, so in a surprise move, the state of Arkansas is suing YouTube.
Why?
Yeah, they're suing them because they said they have deliberately made YouTube addictive, and they are fueling the mental health crisis among youth in the state. So they are suing them.
Yeah, but I think you could say that about a lot of different sites.
Does a media company itself create the addiction, though?
Yes.
Do they aid said addiction?
Yes,
I think they can aid it.
Yeah, you think about algorithms, like they cater it to what you want to see, and that keeps you going.
Right.
But you're the one who chooses to sit yourself in front of the screen.
These are all good questions that we'll kind of dive into here because they know studies on what works with people. Like
100%.
They are very deliberate in creating a product that they feel is delivering the best experience for their user, and that is serving them the content that they want. And of course, they want more eyes on it, and they want eyes on it longer. Do you remember when Netflix had that crisis of consciousness, and they were like, hey, we don't want anyone to binge anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Did they really say that?
Yeah, they really did. They're like, binging isn't good, because all these studies came out about how it wasn't good for you. So they're like, and Netflix was synonymous with binging. That's kind of where it first started. And so then they tried to revert that, and I hated it because I like being able to get all the episodes and binge them. It's my life. Let me do my body, my choice. You know, no.
Heard it here first.
That's it.
But they actually landed on, wow, if we just do these every week like regular TV shows used to do, we can keep people subscribing to us longer. So then them getting away from binging, was it truly for the good of the people, or was it for the good of the bottom line? That I don't know.
I like what they do with some shows. Like I watched this, the only like real, what's it called, reality show that I watched is called The Circle.
Oh,
and
yeah, my daughter liked that.
They will release 4 episodes
That's good.
every week,
Yeah.
so that you can get a quick binge in.
Yeah.
But then you're done. Like you don't get to go beyond that, and then you've
got to come back for another week.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's smart. Give
That's
me
a
at least
hybrid.
2. At least give me 2. In there,
one
you know?
is like you need something to scratch the itch.
Yeah.
Which again, this gets back to that little addiction thing.
Well, the Attorney General for Arkansas said that they're accusing them of violating the state's deceptive trade practices and public nuisance laws. The lawsuit claims that it's addictive and has resulted in kids spending millions on expanded mental health for young people. YouTube says, or they say YouTube amplifies harmful material, doses users with dopamine hits, and drives youth engagement and advertising revenue. YouTube says, we're providing young people the safer, healthier experience has always been our core of our work. In collaboration with youth, mental health, and parenting experts, we build services and policies to provide young people with age-appropriate experiences and parental controls. Right there. Like, it's a platform. It's like anything. You could take a handgun or a rifle, and a rifle that could be used for hunting and gathering food and sustenance can also be used for evil. It's in the hands of the user. Like anything good you can take and use it for something bad.
Like, has anyone ever sued like Little Debbie?
For making us fat.
An addictive, oatmeal cream pie or donut or something like that. Isn't
There's
that the
Swiss
same?
rolls. Oh, kill me now. And Nutter Butters.
It might. So
I know. They're so good.
But why Arkansas specifically is interesting?
Because their kids can't read. So they are just going to watch.
Excuse me.
They are just going to watch TV.
It takes us a little longer.
But I think that this is not a platform problem as much as it is a parenting problem. When you decide to parent and let your kids, to keep them quiet, shove a screen in front of their face, that's on you. You know, and I get it. I put TV in front of my daughter's face too, but I needed a minute, you know, and you're going to do that. But if you make it a habit and you're not controlling how much time your kids are spending on this stuff, that's a you problem. You know, it's not Facebook or it's not YouTube's or the state of Arkansas, their job to raise your kids. That is your job as a parent to be intentional in what you do and do not let them have. I mean, you could let them have a cell phone at 5 years old, but how many times you go, nah, I got to wait. And that time that your kid gets a cell phone is different for everybody. That time that your kid gets a smartphone versus a dumb phone, if I had it all to do over again, I'd probably do the dumb phone instead of the smartphone for my daughter. Because my whole purpose for wanting her to have a phone was she was going to people's houses that we didn't know as she got older and was more independent, and I wanted her to have a way to get a hold of us and us to get a hold of her. Mm-hmm. And I should have just done that instead of a smartphone with all of the social media garbage on it.
But then you couldn't have her tracking her, knowing where she's going.
I do like that. So they need a dumb phone that will also let me track my kid, or I'll just chip her.
Yeah, there you go.
I should have chipped her.
Yeah, AirTag.
AirTag. Yeah, I should AirTag her.
AirTag your kids.
Right where she can't get it.
I know. I got to start doing that with my wife too. Sometimes, like, she won't pick up her phone. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Good for her.
Or she'll forget her phone at home. Like, why do you even have one then? Like, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Why do you have a phone? If you're not going to take it with you, why do you have a phone?
I will say that these days I do get home, and around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I tend to go and put the phone on the charger. And because it's just like dying.
Yeah.
I use it, again, way too much during the day. So I do need to go.
Your phone dies more than anybody I've ever met. When you were having like physical problems, like with your family, and with Haley being sick during the pregnancy, or like accidents and things like that, I would be trying to get a hold of you. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And you're like, oh, my phone's dying. I'm like, I'm gonna buy you a charger that you can keep with you all the time.
Do you charge it every night?
I do charge it every night.
I charge mine every night too.
Let's see if
mine's never died on me.
10 away right now. We're at 66% battery. What's everyone else at?
I'm at 88.
82.
I don't know what I've been doing over here.
Have you been using it?
You might have apps that are depleting your.
They run in the background.
How often do you guys close out your stuff?
I close out everything that's in the background. Yeah. Like if you scroll up on mine, the only thing right now, because the only thing that's open was Facebook Marketplace.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I have like 1,000 things still open.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that's what's.
Okay, I'll work on that.
So there you go.
I'll put in the work.
Yeah, good. Do the work, Gavin. Do the work.
That's on me.
All right, Lady Rock, what do you got?
I have a list of shared experiences that all human beings deal with.
That's us.
Maybe it helps you feel a little bit more normal. A couple of them are the lifelong nickname. Most of us have a nickname, and it sticks with us for the rest of our lives, whether we like it or not. Another one is the universe playing tricks on you. For example, you're sitting next to a campfire, and you're like, I'm going to sit on the right side because the smoke's not.
And then,
and then
it turns.
It turns, and now it's
Murphy's Law rules for sure are those things too.
Another one, the total.
I had one earlier. Can I tell you this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I was going to make the breakfast run today at McDonald's, and there was an old guy in a Mercedes in front of me doing about 18 miles an hour in a 30. So I go around him, to get there. So I get to McDonald's, and there's a car in front of me that went on the inside lane. I go on the outside lane. All of a sudden, here comes Mr. Mercedes crawling into the thing, and he gets in there, and he gets in the inside lane. The guy working the drive-thru, I hear him help the inside lane. Then he's going to come to me because I'm next. I'm the outside lane. No. He helps the inside lane again.
No.
Helps the inside lane a third time, and it was that old guy. So now the old guy that I passed is in front of me in line, and I literally out loud, I've got my window down, I go, are you kidding me, man? Like, that's 3. And then I hear, Are you going to use the app today? I'm like, I've already used the app. Like,
I can't stand that they ask that.
Yeah, they went 3 deep before coming to the outside lane. And the old guy that I worked hard to pass is now ahead of me. And then old guy in the Mercedes gets in front of me, and he hands his money out the window. Of course, it's all crinkled up. And she gives him his stuff. And then he sits there, and I guess he's getting his straw ready, his coffee ready. He's in his own time. In his world, he doesn't have to be anywhere. No one has to be anywhere in this guy's world. He's just going to sit there and, stir his coffee, make sure it's good and set for him. He might have a doctor's appointment later, but even then, it's not that serious. It's just that mole on the back of his neck. I'll get that looked at. And you know what? I'm going to take my time here. And so.
It wasn't that bad.
What? It was that bad.
No, it wasn't.
And then he finally went forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was my life.
The totally rational thought. So when you go through TSA and you're like, did I accidentally put a gun?
Oh, irrational thought? Yeah.
That's awesome.
The immediate amnesia. I've done this with my straightener. So you think, did I turn it off?
Yeah.
And you just did it.
Yeah.
But did I?
I have to check my garage door. I will check it. I see it's closed every night. I see it's closed. I close my door. I start to walk away, and I'm like, was it? And I open the door again, turn the light back on. Okay, it was. And sometimes that'll happen 3 times.
Yeah.
The strange pain. We've all had that thing where it's like, ah!
Yeah, I ignore that.
Those are the pings that I'm either thinking, like, if I feel them in my arm, I'm like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
If I feel it in my back, I'm usually thinking, like, oh, there's the kidney stone.
Yeah.
If it's the tummy, I'm like, well, okay, there's the appendix.
That'll take care of itself in a little bit.
You're not wrong.
And then finally, one of them was the quick existence check. This is with the airport gate. Why we go over there to check to make sure the gate is there, and then we go and
That's my wife.
Why do we do that?
I don't know. She
makes
wants
us feel better.
She wants to go and see the gate, make sure that it's not too packed, I guess, make sure that, there are seating or that the gate hasn't changed. I think because she doesn't like she'll look at the monitors, and and it's on your app. But I think she wants to see the physical gate says it's going to this place. And then she can be like, okay, let's walk back 8,000 miles.
You do it too.
Do I?
With our trips and stuff.
Do I really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's something that we all tend to do.
That's interesting because I think for me, it's a matter of going and laying down a bunch of my stuff. Because if it's just her and I traveling, I'll be like, oh, let's get food now and then go to the gate. We'll sit here. It's easier.
Yeah.
But like when we have a group of us, it's like I like to go and set everything down and then like have somebody watch it and then take turns.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, this one will speak to most of us. The peer's dilemma. So you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to pee.
I thought you said
but
peers.
You're trying to stay asleep.
Oh.
So you walk in, your eyes closed like a zombie. And
I turn on lights. Marty won't turn on lights. I turn on lights.
Why?
And I tell her,
like a half light.
Why?
Yeah. I'm like, why do you not turn on lights? And she's like, because then it'll wake me up more. Yeah. So no, I turn on lights.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, we have to aim.
The worst is like, have you ever had that dream where you peed yourself? Have you ever had that dream?
Is it a dream where you pee yourself?
Yeah.
Or a dream where
no,
you're
I've had a
peeing?
dream where I've peed myself, because I guess my body's like, we have to go. You got to go now. And so I'll have a dream like I'm peeing myself, and then I wake up and it's one of those dreams that feels so real. I'm like, did I pee myself? I literally have to check and make sure, because in my dream I'm using the restroom, like in public somewhere, out on a golf, wherever, and so it feels so real that I swear I'm like, I have just peed myself as a 56-year-old man. One time.
That's funny. Before we go any further, I have a potty named Derek.
Yeah.
And Derek got on our potty group, which you can join as well. We have the link in the info.
The description of the podcast.
Yeah, the description of the podcast here. So you can click on that link, or you can go to facebook.com and just search Wally Show Potty Group, I think. Anyway, Derek was on there, and he's been looking for a year. He's been looking for you telling the story of the Panda Express drive-through situation.
Oh.
So he wants to hear it firsthand from you. He's heard us reference it, but he cannot find the original. And I told him, I said, I will ask him to tell the story, but buckle up.
I already had a rant about a drive-through today, too.
So buckle up, because it only gets worse
every
time he tells it. It's a spring morning.
It was an evening.
2019.
It was around that,
2018.
and it was about 77 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. The perfect day for Panda. And so I drive into the drive-through, and I look too, because I know the Panda near me is notoriously slow. I know there's a problem, but not like this. This was DEFCON 5 level problem.
How many people were in the drive-thru?
Just one.
So it shouldn't be that bad.
You're like, okay, there's one person. I looked at it. I made the assessment based on history. There's one person in there. This should take, worst case scenario, 6 minutes. And so person in there, and I pull in, and that person in front of me is waiting at the box for a while. So my first thought, of course, is it's them, and they're ordering 700 things, and they're ordering each rice individually for the bowl of rice. And so then I'm like, oh, wait, something more is afoot. And so this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. So then I start to panic, but I'm like, I really want orange chicken. And like, I'm super hungry, and I've already invested some time. I've probably got a good 5 minutes into the drive already, and I haven't even gotten to the speaker yet. So I'm like, okay, you know what, Wally, just be patient. You know what, they're probably understaffed. It's probably post-COVID sometime. Like, they're probably working hard. And, you know what, just be patient. And so I'm like just kind of hanging there. And then all of a sudden the panic sets in when I see headlights of another car. And the other car comes in, and I'm like, no, keep going. And they pull in right behind me. Now I'm trapped. Because you're in a drive-through, there's curbs. I'm stuck. Okay, so here we go. I'm still sitting there, waiting. I have aged a little bit. I needed to change my driver's license because I did not look the same anymore, and I got my passport photo changed. So I'm waiting. It is getting so bad. And I'm sitting there and I'm contemplating, what do I do? Like, I need this person to back up so I can get out. You know, it's crazy. I've probably been there by at least 15 minutes by now. Yes, honest, truthful. At least 15 minutes by now.
It felt like 15
No,
minutes.
I'm clocking it at this point. Honest, truthful. It was so long that I had to put a clock on it. So I estimated my first probably was 7 minutes in there. Then I have 15 minutes on a clock. So I'm at 22 minutes in the Panda Express drive-thru. Nothing should take that long that's Chinese food. You see them with a wok, they're killing it. Flip, boom. Here's your food.
Are you at least by the speaker now?
No, I've not even gotten the speaker yet. So then I see another car pulling around to pull into the drive-thru behind me and the car that's behind me. And I roll down my window, and right about then I get pulled up to the speaker. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Quick story. Before that, I was Googling Panda Express corporate headquarters. So I am legitimately
trapped.
I did.
I'm trapped in your life.
I am emailing Panda Express corporate to tell them that I have been held hostage in the line at the Spring Hill Panda Express. I'm not making this up. This is dead serious. I am so frustrated by this point. I am finding their email to tell them that I am captive. And so then I don't want other people to befall my fate. So, of course, the car in front of me finally gets to go 22 minutes in or so. I pull up to the thing, and of course it's like, welcome to Panda Express, please wait. No! I've been waiting for 25 minutes now. At that
point, you should have just driven off.
Yeah, but now I'm 25 minutes in, and I need that orange chicken. Now I want to see how this whole thing plays out. So then I see the other car pulling in. I have my window down, and I'm like, don't! I'm screaming, don't do it! Do not do it. I've been in this line for 26 minutes now, 27 minutes, give or take. Do not come in this line. And the guy's like, are you serious? I'm like, dead serious. Do not come in this line. Maybe go in if you need the orange chicken, but I don't know how long that's going to take. Do not get in this line. And God bless him, he didn't have a curb. He left.
Oh.
And so then I hear the speaker.
You are a hero.
Yeah, I know. I did something good for the people. So then the speaker comes up and goes, and the guy in the headset goes, sir, you know I can hear you. I go, good! I'm glad you can hear me. I've been in this drive-thru now for 30 minutes. I've been held hostage. I just need a single dose of orange chicken. That's all I need, man. That's it. You have driven me to the brink of insanity. I have literally tried to email your corporate company to tell them that I am being held hostage in your drive-thru. This is a problem.
There's not a
Do you want the bowl or the platter? No, the bowl. I want out.
It's funny how when you first told this story,
Yeah.
it took maybe 15 minutes. There was no corporate involved, and it was just you in another car. Somehow,
no,
all of this added
all
on.
of what I have
He's
just said.
unlocking trauma.
Yes, thank you.
There's layers that he didn't remember.
I didn't say it the first time. All of what I have just told you is the God's honest truth.
That's what you said last time.
Honest, truthful. No, I must have just forgot parts, but honest, truthful was in the process of emailing them when the situation started resolving itself and I got to go forward. I'm not making that up.
There's not a more powerless situation than when you're emailing like a fast food chain's like corporate.
Yeah.
Like whenever I've sent something off to like Dunkin's for their poor performance or
there you go. So
like, they're not gonna get back to you.
Yeah. But I've learned my lesson. You haven't, Wally. You still keep going back.
We are going to talk about Dunkin' on Monday. I have a break set for this for Google
good.
it.
I'm glad we have time set aside for that.
We do. I might even do the whole show on it because Dunkin' has driven me to the brink of insanity.
It is sad.
With their coffee to the point where Betty's like, "Why don't you try this thing at McDonald's?" When you post that on our socials later, you'll see the lunacy that I've gone to try to get a good coffee drink.
I think we did something wrong in the order.
Yeah,
they had to. They only filled it up like a third of the way.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So if you don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, please do. Yeah, you can see it on our stories.
Okay, what do you got for birthdays?
Are you okay? Like,
no, I'm not good. I'm not good.
Okay?
I'm not good right now.
That seemed bad.
Okay, Lillian wants to wish her mom, the best mom ever, a.k.a. Erin, a happy birthday.
Nice.
She celebrated yesterday. So happy belated birthday, Erin. Tyler celebrates a birthday on Sunday. Happy early birthday,
Yay.
Tyler. He said, I'm a longtime potty. I love hearing about Wally's time as a member of Heaven's Fire. I may have Wally beat when it comes to embarrassing band stories. I was part of 2 bands. I was the nerdy sound guy for both. Hey.
Nice.
At least you weren't the bass player.
Yeah.
And then Grandma and Grandpa, a.k.a. Craig and Joan Shook, want to wish their grandson, Titus, a happy birthday.
It's a baller name,
Great
Titus.
Name.
Titus is also celebrating on Sunday. Said he's an awesome grandson. He loves sports, spending time with his family. He is rooting the Detroit Lions on to the Super Bowl win.
Nice. I love how you say Detroit. The Detroit Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. There are certain words that there are ways that people say them. Like you say Detroit. Some people say TV versus TV. You know, they put different accents on it.
Theater.
Theater. Yeah, that's another good one. Gavin, are you guys still happy with Bennett? Like when you hear a name like Titus, are you like, dadgummit, I should have gone with Titus? Are you still good with Bennett?
Yeah, no, Bennett's a cool name.
Okay,
it's interesting. I'm seeing it a lot more often, probably now more so because I have
You're
one.
aware of it, yeah.
I'm way more aware of it, but I still love it.
It's like when you buy a car, like you buy, like say you go and buy a new Honda in the blue color and all of a sudden, like, you think, oh, I'm the only one that has one in my area, and then they're everywhere because you become aware of them.
I will say that I'm...
a pen just fell out of your beard.
Yeah, no, I threw it in there. Okay, sorry.
That was weird.
I've been... You go down the route of nicknames. Like I thought Benny would be one. Not really a big Benny fan. Like when I see him and I say it, I'm like, it doesn't really work.
Benster?
If I say Ben, my wife doesn't like that. She's like, he's not a Ben.
Sounds like an old man.
It's easier.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
I don't have a full blown fleshed out nickname
other
than just calling him like Bennett Taylor. It's like sometimes I'll do the middle name, or I call him B sometimes.
Yeah, B is good. Yeah, I call Betty B Rock B. Yeah, just BB. And then like Haley, I call her H. Yeah, my daughter, I just call her H all the time. And Boodle. Boodle's like one of my favorites.
2 different things.
Boodletronics. There was an old song, Supersonic.
Do you want to
Supersonic?
Yeah.
We got
plans. We need it. This past week has been
rough.
Short. It's been interesting because I think we were both off on Monday. Because
I had to go get my mom.
So you have had.
That's right.
Have had.
Then we had the Doves on Tuesday. Wednesday, I think, was
a normal
Seth Schleter.
No, we had Seth Schleter.
Oh my gosh, we did. That
then
was
Thursday was our spiritual retreat.
That doesn't feel like that was just 3 days of our lives.
Now it's Friday.
Yeah, and now we're here, and then we have a video we got to shoot today. So it's been a long week. I mean, we're not complaining. Yeah, we are. But it's still best job.
But we're looking forward to the weekend.
Absolutely.
So what has everybody got planned?
Oh gosh, I better write yours down because my mom is with me, so then she'll cue in when my wife goes, "What are Betty and Gavin doing?" I stopped listening. Go ahead.
Oh, me. Okay, so today
She's
I'm gonna go to Pilates.
Yeah,
and then
she's gonna take
I'm gonna do
big
nap.
Yes. What I'm so excited about with this nap is I'm not setting a timer, okay?
Whoa.
So
Game
if I wake
changer.
up at 5 or if I wake up at 6, I don't know, whatever.
Crazy.
But I'm excited about that.
I need you to teach Bennett.
And then Chick-fil-A will see you at 7.
I'll see you at 7. Then tomorrow I'm going over to my mom and dad's. We're going to carve pumpkins.
Oh, that's fun.
We always love to watch
exciting.
the Ichabod Crane Disney movie
too
around
scary.
Halloween. Oh, it's so good. Sleepy Hollow. So we'll probably do that. Take a nap. Mom's going to make something, so I'll get a good home-cooked meal. Yeah. Then Sunday is church. One thing, though, that I needed to ask you, so your wife, Marty, she fixed for me the little cat bed that I had for Rayford and Buford.
Yeah.
Someone is a little overweight, and the Velcro started pulling away from the material.
Who's overweight?
Rayford Allen.
What a
but
fatty.
he's just chunky, just big bone. Anyway, so Marty, because she knows how to sew, she fixed it for me because I can't buy a replacement. They don't make replacements. Right. Anyways, to say thank you, I'm going to be in Columbia, and that's where that Apple place is that she loves.
Apple's Gone Wild.
Yes. So which one is it that she likes?
It's like Dutch caramel apple or something like that. Like
Dutch caramel
white
apple.
chocolate caramel apple. Oh, that's really nice of you to do that for.
Okay,
if you look it up, I can tell you what it is. I think it's got Dutch caramel apple something.
And they're really good.
They're so good.
They're really good.
I love. That's really nice of you.
Well, I like her.
Yeah, I do too. Gavin.
We are going to a wedding tomorrow, so Haley's parents are going to get here probably sometime tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Which I'm very excited about, just to have the extra helping hands around the house with Bennett. And so they're going to watch him. We're going to go like an hour away to a wedding with some of our friends. So it'll be kind of nice to, again, just have a little kid-free
adult
afternoon.
time. I used to always forget. I used to always say, "Oh, I'm single." But I meant like without a kid. Like when Marty and I were like, "Oh, we're single again." And it's like, "Oh, well, no, we just don't have a kid with us."
We've only done it one time so far. We've only gone out once on our own so far. So I'm excited to do that because then you're just a little lighter.
Yeah,
so
it's always
I'm excited about that, and then that's it. I think that's the weekend right there.
All right.
With going to that wedding and with help in town, can you sleep a little bit?
We'll see. We can nap better. Like I think we can take it. We can take naps, which I think is going to be very helpful. Because even now, I'll have him at home and I'll be just dozing off. And if I can time it right and he falls asleep comfortably in the afternoon, I can put him on my chest and I can just lay there and we can sleep for a little bit. Most of the time, he doesn't vibe with that, so I
was
really
always
nap.
afraid of rolling off the couch, like holding Haley on my chest. Like I'd like watch football or something, and I was always afraid of falling asleep and rolling off the couch.
Did you ever?
I don't think so. No,
it's there though.
Yeah,
I
think about it.
I like lay on the couch and then I get a blanket and I tuck it underneath me so that it's kind of holding him.
Yeah,
and then I sort of get myself into the corner
that's smart.
of the couch
Yeah.
try my best to avoid the dropping.
Is it white chocolate strudel or white chocolate cheesecake?
I mean, those both sound
Strudel.
great.
Strudel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strudel.
What about you?
Your mom's in town.
My mom is
Party.
in town, and so
making some fudge.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna make some fudge. I'm gonna do a TikTok outing that I saw. Somebody's like, "Hey, did you know that some of the best waterfalls are in Cookeville, Tennessee?" And they have Burgess Falls, which I've been to. But then they went through all this stuff of this downtown, like this tiny downtown they have, and these places to go and eat and stuff. I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. Whoever did the TikTok did a really good job with it. They got me. I'm like, I'm going to Cookeville. So it's like an hour and a half away. And so we'll take my mom. But then Marty had found like a quilt thing for all of us to go to. And
Yay!
I know. I know. I couldn't get out of it.
If she has your mom with her,
Yeah.
can't she just them two go? Because she enjoys it too.
I think we're doing it on the way to Cookeville versus independently.
What a bummer.
Yeah, so I will go
Enjoy
to
it though.
Last time my mom was here, we went to the exciting quilt museum in Paducah, Kentucky.
Golly,
so that
hurts
that
my
was
heart.
fun.
That sounds awful.
You are a better man than most.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of men that would be like, no, I'm not going. I'm not doing it.
I love all the women in my life, my mom, my wife, the women that I saved yesterday from a nasty ankle sprain on the mountain.
No.
And so I try to take care of all. Oh, yeah, I forgot her. She's kind of a drain, let's be honest. She has somehow cost me more than you. I have to Venmo you for breakfast. I still haven't done that.
Yeah,
yet.
you do.
I will definitely do that right now.
Got away with it.
No.
Wasn't
I absolutely hate owing people money. I want to pay them like absolutely right now. So I will do that as soon as we turn this off. Yeah. Monday morning she's gonna be complaining. He never paid me. All right, that's
talk like that.
Gonna have to do it for your Aftercast for the
and
weekend.
As always,
thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.